It's only 5 seconds long. A dirty cubicle, a toilet, and Bugs Bunny staring at you. And yet, somehow, this TikTok clip has gone ultra viral. It's striking fear into people the same way Season 1 Nosy the animatronic videos did. But trust me on this one, Bugs is only scratching the surface of how weird this story gets. But we have to fully appreciate the horror that is the Bugs Bunny toilet first. Imagine you're desperate to go to the toilet, absolutely busting to go. So you make your way to the toilet cubicles. For some reason you can't remember how you got here or what happened before this moment. Anyway, the outside of the toilet cubicle door is oddly colorful, but in a disarming way. Maybe something you would see at a theme park? Yes, there are chips in the paint and it's slightly faded, but it's still upbeat. As you open the door, that all changes. You are unpleasantly greeted by someone in the toilet, Mr. Bugs Bunny himself. Despite it being a statue, his humanoid presence is off-putting anyway. You should never feel like someone is with you in a single-person toilet cubicle. At first glance, it looks like his pose is him sitting down, almost like he's trying to silent diffuse a dookie before the next patron comes in. But the reality of why he's posing the way he is a lot more disturbing. You realize his pose is a welcoming come sit on Santa's lap pose. To use this toilet, you must sit within the embrace of Bugs Bunny. His legs will wrap beside yours. His arms come down to the sides around to hug you too. And his enormous smiling face will be an inch from the back of your head, breathing down your neck. You realize the experience of using this toilet would be tremendously horrific even if nothing else was wrong in here. But you would be wrong. All the nooks and crannies are caked with grime and dirt, most likely some poop too. The floors look like they haven't been cleaned in years. Despite this, Bugs' barefoot dogs are pinned right into them, and the toilet itself actually has no lid. So this is basically a urinal, or else you have to use the forbidden hover technique. While all of this detail is enough to overstimulate your poop senses, it's still not the worst part. Bugs is staring at you. His small pupils stare into your soul, telling you he's gonna watch you while you go to the toilet. An unsettling reality on its own. Then it happens. Your worst nightmare. My worst nightmare. Everybody's worst nightmare. His eyes move. The clip ends instantly. No dialogue, no context, just that creep Bugs Bunny with his eerie smile frozen into your memory. TikTok user EggTor uploaded this video. His bio reads, "I film strange things that happen to me." And he's posted only 2 videos. Both of them this same toilet. Both are actually the exact same video. One has 1.8 million views, the other over 33 million. The only difference with this video, some creepy background music and a caption, which says, "Bro, let me just take a piss, please." And honestly, probably by the time you go and check the video, it'll be more. The comments are the best. They're filled with confusion and panic. Some people say they didn't even notice the eyes moved in the first place and had to rewatch it. And that's when it hit them, that cold feeling. That moment when you notice something that shouldn't be alive might actually be. 4 days later, the video leapt to r/oddly terrifying with the caption, "Bugs Bunny wants you to poop while he watches." The comments here are, as you would expect, exactly the same as the ones you would see on TikTok, sharing how this video is going to keep them up at night. But the second most common comment was people asking where this toilet is so that they can obviously avoid it. And believe it or not, someone answered. The clip itself is so short it barely exists. 5 seconds of footage filmed from the doorway of a stall. Inside, the walls are lined with old comic strip paper. It's yellowed and looks like it might be peeling in some places. So you can't actually make anything out by looking at it. But there was one other clue inside of the toilet that I noticed. The big white arrow pointing towards Bugs and the toilet bowl. Based on everything else you've seen in the toilet, you'd probably think it says something like, "Sit here to offer your soul to the underworld deity Bugs." But it doesn't. The sign says "Presión botón para vaciar," which is simply Spanish for press the button to flush. But this clue does bring us closer to finding out the truth behind this literal hellhole. Wherever it is, it's definitely in a Spanish-speaking country. TikTok and Reddit, people kept on asking the exact same question. Why did the eyes move, and where the hell is this place? That is, until a Redditor was finally able to put this question to bed. A user by the name of Altruistic Deal 4257 commented, "I'm local to this restaurant. There are many different characters, including humans. Dolce Jesus Mio is the name. See for yourself. That's when I realized this wasn't a hoax or a movie set. It was a goddamn real place. But there's still so much that doesn't make sense based off of this cryptic comment. Firstly, what does Dolce Jesus Mio even mean? And what could including humans possibly mean? But thankfully, the mystery suddenly gained some coordinates that we could find. After a few minutes of digging, Google, TripAdvisor, even old blogs, I began finding photos of a bar that looked like a cartoon had exploded inside of it. A bar in Medellin, Colombia, where cartoon characters watch you go to the bathroom. Dolce Jesus Mio translate to Sweet Jesus Mine or My Sweet Jesus. Translations were conflicting. It sits high in the Las Palmas district overlooking the city. From the outside, it glows like a Christmas nightmare. Neon lights, plastic angels, cartoon faces bolted to the walls, and that's all year long. Inside, it's equal parts cabaret and carnival. Every night at midnight, the staff stages a mock New Year's Eve party. Confetti, fireworks, a countdown, balloons. They do it every night of the year. Journalist Andrew Gold visited in 2013. Yes, this nightmare has been going on for a while now. He wrote that walking in felt like stepping into a place between heaven and hell. The facade looks like a Christmas nightmare, he wrote. Familiar cartoon characters illuminated by neon lights. Inside, surgically enhanced women in skimpy outfits serve drinks, while clowns and little people dance on stage. What kind of themed diarrhea is that? Are they trying to entice lonely males or old school carnival enthusiasts? None of that makes sense to me. But the detail that haunted him the most wasn't the show put on by the staff. As you could guess, it was the bathrooms. Gold described walking into the men's bathroom and instantly freezing. The urinals had large cartoon faces with gaping mouths. The toilet was Bugs Bunny, and tap water flowed from crouching Wonder Woman and Batwoman. I don't know about you guys, but this is some of the most bizarre imagery I've ever seen in my life. The thought process to come up with this stuff would also come from a pretty disturbed individual. Look, I completely understand there are some adult establishments out there that always try and push the boundaries, but the use of children's iconography to depict these weird, crass ideas is just weird in my opinion. Over the sinks, Catwoman and Wonder Woman literally crouch down with water coming from between their legs, obviously to make it look like it's coming from somewhere else, as if you're washing your hands with some golden showers. And in my research, some of the photos that I found showed some really disturbing details in these statues as well that did not need to be added. And I definitely won't be adding them in my video, but you can feel free to go look it up yourself if you want. I guess that's weird, you're weird. And don't get me started on the mini urinal. As a super fan of Kingdom Hearts, this type of desecration for Princess Minnie just goes too far. But once again, who thought of this? I did also see photos of Superman and other random characters in different toilet cubicles. But most importantly, in one corner of that bathroom, paint peeling, eyes yellowed with time, sits the Bugs Bunny toilet that would become a viral legend. So did the eyes really move? Some say yes, a mechanical gag added by the clearly weird establishment. Others think it's the modern day biggest op AI, but frame-by-frame analysis shows something stranger. There's no visual tears, no overlay. Honestly, the eyes shift pretty naturally. And in all of the research I've done, especially in blogs, no one else has mentioned it or replicated it. Visitors have filmed the bathrooms before this, but none have caught Bugs moving again. And the original uploader, he remains completely silent. But that type of uncertainty is what makes this type of thing spread. Because if you can't prove the eyes did move, you also can't prove that they didn't. So why does a cartoon toilet hit us harder than any horror movie? Bathrooms are supposed to be private. They're supposed to be kind of safe. I can even see some of you watching this in the bathroom. That probably made you a little bit uncomfortable. In the exact same way Bugs Bunny makes you uncomfortable in the toilet because there's not meant to be eyes that can see you in there. There's also something fundamentally broken about using Bugs Bunny. Bugs is meant to be your childhood friend, man. Now he's a silent predator in a dirty bar. Honestly, even the bar's ritual of celebrating New Year's Eve every single night is weird as well. It's like a weird Groundhog Day that never ends. When you constantly overdo joy like that, it just becomes madness. Today, Dolce Jesus Mio still operates. People go for the drinks, the music, the show, but since this video has gone viral, I think a new generation will go searching for the toilet that watches. Maybe the eyes never moved. Maybe someone edited it for a laugh. Or maybe after years of parties, confetti, and midnight countdowns, the cartoon decor finally came to life. Because in that 5-second clip, the eyes don't just move, they see you. That's all I've got, guys, for the Bugs Bunny toilet incident. I don't even know what to call this. I really do enjoy making videos about these TikTok viral overnight phenomenon like Nosy the animatronic. So if there are any others that you think I might have missed out on and you want to hear me talk about them, please let me know in the comments below. And if you did enjoy this story time, consider leaving a like or subscribing, joining the gang. I've also got tons of great stories that you can watch after this, like this one right here, so click on that, or I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye, everybody. Love you all.